Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. I'm Brendan Lee. In this video, I want to talk to you about why isn't this work free? Or why do you charge for this work? Why do you charge to do workshops? I want to address that here in this video. I understand the sentiment. I hear it like little hints out there in the world, and correct me if I'm wrong, is something like in the spiritual worlds, somehow, I don't know, somehow there's this idea that if you're going to get enlightened, you should give it away for free, or you should be charitable, or you should just give it away, or something. And then there's some people out there that seem annoyed. They're like, oh, you're doing expensive workshops. You're charging for workshops, as if that's some sort of a problem. Now, so I want to talk about that. So a few things. Just off the cuff. I don't know. Here, I'll start with some stories. I'm sure I'll get kicked off once I start telling stories. We've got Buddha. I think maybe this line of thinking comes from Buddha, because Buddha, apparently, I think he taught for free. I don't know that people paid, right? He taught for free. Now, in order for Buddha to grasp the things he grasped, it looks to me like he worked his fucking ass off. See? Because if we talk about enlightenment, if we talk about consciousness, is this shit free? Yeah, it's free. Why? Because it's a breakthrough. It's an insight. Insights are free. Breakthroughs in consciousness are free. How do you know? Because when you have it, nobody charges you to have it. You see? Well, all right, then I guess there's the argument. It's like, yeah, but you guys are charging for it. No, what we're charging for is the environment. We're charging for a skilled facilitator, somebody who has put, like, think about this, for example. You don't know how to fix pipes. You call a plumber. What are you charging them for? Could you learn the skills to be a plumber? Yeah. Could you, especially in this day and age, could you learn the skills to be a plumber to fix what you got to fix? Yeah. So then how come a plumber's charging? Because they know what the fuck they're doing and you don't. See? So it's a similar thing. It's like I have spent decades crafting myself to be able to facilitate people to understand what I'm talking about, to help move them through traps, to help them learn faster, to point things out that they can't see. Why? Because I've done enough work on myself so that I can see clearly, more clearly. Decades. Did I mention decades? Like at least a couple decades of work. See, how much have you put into your chosen craft? See, that's what we're charging for. The environment is designed to keep you focused. We're charging for that. Now, why would we charge for these things? Well, in this case, it's like, because I get it. I guess I get it. There's you shouldn't charge. Yeah, but how are we going to keep the lights on? Now, you shouldn't charge. Yeah, but when's the last time, like these insights are free, right? They are free. But don't let free get confused in your mind with easy. Think about Buddha for a second. What did he do? He gave up being a prince, for one thing. He had a cushy life. And he's like, that's not for me anymore. He gives it up. You going to give up your comfort? And then what's he do? He studies with ascetics. What are those motherfuckers doing? Sitting on coals, not eating any food? Are you going to do any of that? No, if you went to a workshop and that's what they told you to do, you'd probably shit your pants. You would give them a 1-star review, if they got a review at all, and then you'd fuck off, right? Because it's too much hard work. So he worked his ass off, and then eventually he went and he sat down under a tree and he said, I'm either going to get it or I'm going to die. When's the last time you sat down under a tree with that kind of commitment? And again, imagine doing a workshop like that. You'd fucking leave. You'd be like, the food is bad. Because that's how shallow people are. I mean, that's how people really are. It's like they go to a workshop with like breakthrough material and they remember the food. It's just how it goes. So now, you got to do a lot of work. Or I heard tell Bodhidharma. Somebody came to learn from Bodhidharma. And Bodhidharma said, fuck off. Okay, he didn't say fuck. I don't know what he said. Probably wasn't in English. You don't have the balls for spiritual work. Why? Because it's hard. So the guy goes, cuts his own arm off, comes back, brings it to the teacher, says, teach me. And apparently Bodhidharma's like, well, fuck, you're a cripple now. Nobody's going to take you. I guess I better take you. But then what do you think that guy went through? Cut their arm off, and then what do you think he did with Bodhidharma? Sat down, as we joke here. What do you think you're going to come in, smoke some dope, chill out? No, you're going to work on it. Why? Because that's what it takes. It takes a metric fuck ton of work to make these kinds of breakthroughs. It doesn't have to, just because of the nature of the beast. And what I mean by that is you can make a breakthrough suddenly, as if out of the blue. They're nonlinear. And yet, at the same time, breakthroughs don't tend to happen unless you are very focused, very committed to discovering these things, very open, very like wanting to know. Then they happen. Or like Newton. What's he doing? He's sitting down trying to discover something about like the world. He's like, wait a minute, something's going on here. Gravity, see? Nobody paid him to make that breakthrough, but look what that breakthrough afforded. The world. Now, do you think he did that by like sitting on his ass, not really doing much? Ergo, what you would get if you came in for free. You know, free is like easy. No, he worked his ass off. So now, you need to work. That's a requirement. Because out there in the world, people will say, well, I could just like right. Part of my gripes or part of the reasons why I'm making this video is to clear up some things, to clear up some shit, basically. Probably to vent a little bit and to empower you, the listener, to like get your head on straight and like sort of set reasonable expectations and help clear some stuff up. Why? Because I think it would give you a better chance of grasping things for yourself. Because I say, come do a workshop. They're incredibly powerful. Why? Why do I say that? Because they are. I mean, it's just a fact. I have not seen one person go through a workshop and not have their mind blown in some way or another or be like, holy shit. Why? Because like I stand by my work. Like they're as if the workshops, which are a service to others, to humans, was like a product, the product is beautiful. 5 stars. All the time. Why? Because it does a very particular job and it's very good at doing its job. Now, is that worth some money? Yeah. No, I should still get it for free. Okay. But if you come for free, and I haven't seen this yet, here's another side of it, right? I have seen Peter give workshops away for free. I have seen myself give stuff away for free, like do, work trade, whatever. The amount of seriousness that's required to do this work when it is given away for free, it is not taken seriously enough. How do you have people take shit seriously? You charge them for it. See? Because I don't need to do this work. I am just fine. Well, I wouldn't be if I stopped. I'd have to get a job. I'd have to get another job to make money to feed myself. But if you want to do this stuff, there is absolutely nothing stopping you from doing it on your own. Nothing. It's the truth. Because people say that. They're like, oh, I don't need a workshop. I could do it on my own. I'm like, yeah, you could. But I've got news for you. The kind of intensity that is required for you to make real work breakthroughs, I have seen 0 people do that on their own. 0. It is nigh impossible to create that kind of intensity on your own. Why? Because of your mind. Because you're lazy. Because you just won't do it. Prove me wrong. Somebody who's out there, tell me you're going to sit down and work for 14 hours a day straight, doing nothing else but contemplation for 6 days without an environment around you, with your cell phone around, with your people coming to talk to. No way. Bullshit. Prove me wrong, but no. It doesn't happen that way. So again, that's the power of the environment and the facilitator, plus the power of having other people around you that do the work with you. It helps keep you on track. Why? Because it's hard. And you know what happens when things get hard? You want to give up. Your mind goes, no, this isn't for me. This is hard. Yeah. And what do you do with hard things? I mean, I watch a lot of stuff, business stuff, or just take working out, for example. People who have weight control problems, they know what they need to do, but they don't do it. In business, often, as far as I can tell, people know what they need to do, often not, but sometimes they know what they need to do. They know they need to do certain types of work, but do they do it? No. Just look at anybody teaching like business seminars. It's like, most of the people, are they going to take action? No. See? Peter wrote the book of not knowing. It's right there. Now, how many people have I seen come in to do workshops that have read that book where that they actually get it? No. Like, none. None that I've seen that like they come in and it's like, holy shit, you got it. You don't even need a workshop. No. Why? Because our minds are too good at their jobs, as far as I can tell. That's like the crux of the matter. You're dealing with your own mind. And this is a very, very, very tricky thing. Okay? So then again, it's like I ask you, it's like, could you do it for free? I mean, I can't make a living doing for that. That's the other thing. It's like, do you have some skill that you've developed over years and years? Now, do you give that away for free? You know, say you can build houses. Do people who build houses give that away for free? No, because they're doing somebody a service. What service are they doing? Like the story of the guy who comes in, there's like a big problem on the ship, right? And he comes in, they say, fuck, we've got this problem. There's alarm bells going off. You know, got this problem. What do I do? And the guy comes in, takes him 5 minutes. He walks over, sees this button, pushes the button. Boom, problem solved. He said, give me $30,000. They're like, what? You were here 5 minutes. See, but it isn't about the time. He said, now for 5 minutes, I'll charge you, you know, whatever, $50. But for knowing which button to push, I'll charge you $29,950. See, it's the knowledge and the skills. He's charging for that. It probably took that guy, 15 years to learn about the ship, about everything that goes on with that ship, all the possible problems, all the possible permutations, so that he knows the button to push. Boom, he's charging for that. He's not charging for this other stuff. See, so then people go, well, you should give your work away for free. It's already free, motherfucker. What are you doing about it? Are you more conscious yet? Did you make those breakthroughs yet? Like, for real? You're not just joking with yourself? Like, for real? You blew your own mind? Good. Then you don't need us. Because you never needed us in the first place, and it's okay. Now, do you want some help with that? Because we can help with that. It's called doing a workshop. It's where you come and you work with a highly trained facilitator to move you way faster. Like we had a woman, she came in here, she's like, I've been doing meditation for 30 years. 30. She did 1 week here. You know what she tells me? She told me, she's like, nothing compared to that. 30 years of meditation and not even close to the kinds of breakthroughs that are available here. Now, I say available here, and immediately I can hear the bitching again. It's like, yeah, well, you need to come here to make the breakthrough. I'm like, no, you don't. It's actually true. You're right. You're completely right. You do not need to come here to make the breakthrough. You just need to get the consciousness. So, go ahead. Did you get it? How about now? Are you going to do the work required? Remember, Buddha sat down and was like, I'm either going to die or get it. Do you have that kind of commitment? Probably not. You going to sever your arm? Or like at a Zen monastery. You can go there, you can live for free. But even then, at a monastery, what kind of a life are you signing up for? Very strict ground rules, what you can and can't do, when you can and can't do it, where you can and cannot go, how to dress, how to think, how to eat, how to shit, how to whatever. I mean, I don't know if they do how to shit, but tons of discipline, shitloads of rigor. Plus, You're working outside for what? To keep the grounds clean. You're working. You're giving your time, your sweat, your blood to work so that you can do a few, not even close to the amount of actual contemplation time that we do here. Even their sessions are not as intense as what we've got. So instead of making you work in a field like they would in a Zen monastery, we just charge you a few bucks for you to come here for a week and work your ass off and have it actually make a difference. So in that case, now, are you still thinking that it should be given away for free? If you're of that camp, good. Go figure this shit out on your own. You can, because you can. That's always an option. And I'm not going to lie about that. It's true. It's true. So in the grand scheme of things, you do not need a workshop, just like you do not need to go to a workshop for business. You do not need education either. You don't need these things. You need to keep your body alive. That's what you need. The rest is supplemental or whatever. Okay, but just do you get that about we can't give this away for free. So let's say we do what you want, right? We give it away for free. Then we have a bunch of people that are getting stuff for free, probably not taking it very seriously, probably not working very hard because people don't tend to work hard when they get shit for free. And then pretty soon we're going to have bills. Who's going to pay the bills? Then pretty soon, if we stretch that out long enough, can't pay the bills, the electricity is going to go off. Might have water. Nope, we won't have electricity, won't have water. Then pretty soon the taxes are going to come due. We can't pay the taxes. Then pretty soon, the repo man comes. Now what? We're just going to teach in the park? No, that's not how it works. We're in a capitalist system. You're going to pay us money. Because otherwise, the work goes away. Then you're left with the books, and you're on your own. And then I go to do a different job, and then what are you going to do? Now you're stuck by yourself. And then, now, of course, if you're really, really stuck, and you're by yourself, one of the challenges there is your mind is so tricky, you probably think you're making progress when you're not. And that's just a fact, too. I've seen that many, many times. And so it's all right, then where are you at? Then that's up to you. So that's what you get for free. Now, if you pay, good. Then you pay, you come do workshops, it's great. You don't have to come. That's the other side of it is you don't have to come either. So if you don't want to come, don't come. I don't care about that. Now, another thing I wanted to add from my side is this old school mentality that I think is going away, especially in young kids these days. I'm 41 now. I was born in 1983. There's the old school mentality, the apprentice. When I found my teacher, I didn't give a fuck. I was going to come study. Now, I am lucky that I had some money for education. My parents were open-minded. They're helpful. But that didn't stop me from working, which is to say, for example, I came to Peter, I said, can I work for you to get money off of workshops? And he said, yes, you can, but you're better off working somewhere else. I'm sure I told this story. So I'm like, all right, being a young man, I thought I knew how to work, so I came here. And what did I do for free? I worked my fucking ass off. He had me cutting wood. I slept over there in the corner. He cut trees down. I was dragging trees and burning them all day for 6 days a week. I cut my wrists all up. When I came here at night, I was lonely. I was tired. I didn't know how to work hard. I was sleeping at night. I was afraid and young and stupid and whatever. I was dreaming about trees, hallucinating trees are just trees all the time. I was like, God, it was hard for me. I worked hard, real hard, to get just 1 week free. Or no, yeah, to get $1,000 off a workshop. But the rest I paid. Why? Because that's what you do. It's that's when Peter was young. He worked his ass off for his teachers. His teachers required money. He paid them. It's like old school apprentice. It's all right, you're my master. See, I know that sounds funny nowadays, but it's no, you're my teacher. I'm here to serve this. You be the apprentice. That's what I did for many, many, many years. So then there's a trust there. Now, I think that's old school shit. Now, nowadays, I mean, thank God Peter's a man of high integrity. He never took advantage of me. We're solid. He goes, do this. I say, yes, sir. I don't need to know why. This is what it is for an apprenticeship. Good. I'm going to make it happen. Why? Because I want to study. I'm not fucking around. See, now that's like that old school thing. I think in the young, new school, people are more entitled. Like it's more me, me, me. I'm more important. My time's more important and all this stuff. And so like it doesn't seem to, that's gone away, it seems. So there's like a lot of bitchiness nowadays. Yeah, you should give it away for free. You should do this. You should do that. You should cater to my whims. No, in this case, in this kind of work, if you're going to be an apprentice, I don't cater to your whims. I mold you into a fucking killer. I work with you like in the movies. You've seen the movies. What happens when the apprentice goes to study with the master? The master kicks the shit out of him. They do the training montage. What's happening in the training montage? The student is like, I'm going to do what you tell me. Why? Because you're the master. I want the skills. What's that mean? I don't have the skills. Yeah, but I could get them for free. And the master says, fine, go right ahead. Go, but you're not going to do it here. Go away. And what are you going to create on your own? There's something very powerful about having that mentor person. Now, the teacher. Another thing to put it into perspective. Man, I'm just fucking going. Then I got to get going here. There are people that do business stuff, like business workshops. They charge thousands of dollars, or like somebody who is, I don't know, like this guy Russell Brunson. He said something like, people will charge, he'll charge people $100,000 for a day of his time, or like something crazy like that. Why? Because he's got the knowledge and the skills and the understanding to rapidly accelerate people in their business. And it's like people that run big businesses, they know this kind of shit, so they will throw down the money. Why? Because of the skills, because of they know what they're paying for. They're paying for that facilitation stuff. So, yeah. I don't know if this answers your question, not that you have a question. I don't know if this addresses the gripe or like what people say when people are going. And again, this video is mainly for the people that I hear that are complaining. They're like, it should be free, but it's not free. Yeah. I think there's a disconnect there that I wanted to address. I hope this video has addressed it. And if you're, and probably usually younger people have this mentality, oh, it should just be free, probably because they're confusing, maybe. In this day and age, there's shit like YouTube where it's all out there for free. But at the end of the day, as a teacher, unlike any other teacher knows, you can put the shit out there for free till it's blue in the face, but if that person doesn't do the work to get it, they will never get it. Just like all of the knowledge you need to do bodybuilding and to have a very nice physique is free out there on the internet. It is free. It's already free. Now, do you do the work to do that, though? No. Because the people that are doing the work to do that, they're not complaining about free, not free. They're working their ass off. See, so I just wanted to help solve that disconnect and maybe give you a little bit of an old school mind, a little bit of an old school mindset to be like, look, dude, if that's the deal and you're complaining about it being free, then fuck off. Go have your free shit. Go make your progress. I mean, there's nothing stopping you from making the progress. I really do wish you could make the progress, but you're not the kind of person I'm going to want around here. Or I don't want to listen to you complain about how you think it's offensive in a sense to somebody that's like trying to tell, you go up to Mozart and be like, yeah, you should teach me for free. It's like, motherfucker, how much work do you think I've put into learning what I'm learning? And you're going to come up to me and expect me to just dish it out to you when I worked my ass off? Like, does that sound like a fair trade? You know? No, you be the one who's worthy of teaching. Are you a person who is worthy of being taught? Are you a worthy student? Are you the kind of student that a teacher would even want? Are you even worth it? That, I think, is a better attitude to come in with, not, oh, you owe me, because at the end of the day, if you're like, oh, you owe me, as if you're expecting something else to do the work for you, I've got news for you. That is not the way it goes, no matter what skill you're building. If you're learning to master a craft, master a sport, master a language, master some form of thinking, master coding, you have to work your fucking ass off. And even if you go to school for it, guess what they do at school? They make you pay. So what's the difference? See, and then again, it's like I hear that same argument. Somehow there's this incessant idea about these kinds of things should be free. And then I'm circling around, okay? Same argument. It's already free. Have the breakthrough, but you're not going to fucking do it. You're not going to do the work. So then fuck off. And that's what I have to say about that. Okay? So now, if you are willing to work your ass off, and like I said, I haven't seen it yet, then come on down. Yeah, maybe we've got a free spot for you, but I have high standards for work. You ready to do that? You ready to be that uncomfortable for that long? You willing to give up your life as you live it to serve your own learning? If you're not, then what do I want with you? See, what's the point? All right, so I hope that's helped clear that up. Shit ain't free, and that's why. All right, much love. Take care.